go back to where we were. There. Okay, so this is formatting. And even if you don't have the numbers in here yet, you can do the formatting part and then come back, and the formulas don't take that long at all. So let's get the formatting for those that are this far. Then we'll come back and update your formulas. So formatting, select through your months, including the blank month, and in column A, cell style, heading 3. Format the row headings by selecting through them, and just Control B or click the bold and make them bold. Revenue row all the way out to column H. Click Accounting. Gross margin all the way out to column H. Put in total style and accounting style. So total makes it bold, accounting style puts the dollar in there. Bonus row, we're going to put in accounting style. Select through, click the accounting. Total expenses I get, you can guess, that's going to be total format. Select through, total all the way out to column H, just for a nice look. Sometimes people will only do the numbers in the style, but in this case, they would like to put the heading as well. Cell style, total. And accounting. They like to see the dollars there. And operating income, we're going to put total style and accounting style. So operating income, select all the way out to column H, and cell style, total. And then click on accounting to put the dollars in there. And that's about it for the formatting, except for one little shading. They would like to shade the heading. Well, for some reason, he got indented. Or did these guys not get indented? Let's see. These guys, I forgot to get those indented. I'm going to select through those, indent them one. Actually, no, it was just the cost of goods that got indented. Select that and indent that. Come on. There we go. Now he's indented. Seems like he's indented more than the others. What's going on here? Did I have a space in there by accident? No. How did he get indented? He won't unindent. That's irritating. Expenses. Oh, he somehow we got alignment of bottom line. How did that happen? I want them to be. My alignment got messed up somehow. They're not indenting the way I expect. Well, I'm not going to worry about the indenting so much. It's bugging me that those aren't indenting the way I expect them to. The main thing is we have the formulas correct. So remember how I can check my formulas. Gross margin is simply revenue minus cost of goods sold. And that's the same formula all the way across. No stickies, because it does move with my formula. The cost of goods sold, to check that formula, double click. He is equal to the revenue times quantity 1 minus B19, which is referring to a location in my assumptions table. That does have the stickies, and so he does not want to move as I copy my formula. So let me check how far you are and just see if I can get you caught up. So then we can do the what if analysis. Okay. So cost of goods sold is that formula, B4 times 1 minus sticky B19. F4 will turn on the stickies, the dollar signs for you, absolute referencing. Escape gross margin is simply B4 minus B5. That gives me my gross margin. My revenue minus cost of goods sold.
Before
Just equal B4 minus B5. Okay? I'm going to go control tilde because then comes that if formula. Here's the formula for the bonus. What this means is there's a special if formula that if this is true, my revenue is greater than what's down there in B21.
We literally type if.
Yeah, you can type if. Yeah, you have to type if. There is no built-in. So equal if, just type exactly what you see there. Don't worry about C, D, and E. If you put the stickies in the right place, all you got to do is get these right, and then when we fill handle over, all the other months will be correct. But you got to put those stickies in there, because anytime we're referring to something in the assumptions table, we can't have that move on us when we copy our formula. So those of you that have done this, wouldn't hurt to double check your formulas as we get ready for the what if analysis.
So I got the bonus expense. For the other ones, do I just type in manually, like B4, B22?
Yeah.
And we just fill handle it over?
Yeah, once you have these, then you just fill handle it all the way out to June. And then
Is it 0 for March and May?
Yes. If you got the if formula right, you're not going to see the bonus every month because they didn't have enough operating revenue.
Okay.
B4 wasn't big enough on those, so the if formula came out to be, sorry, you didn't get your bonus. Your sales, your revenue wasn't high enough. So yeah, that's why the if formula is so powerful. It's not a mathematical thing, it's logic, and you could put math in there if you want, but it's, first I do a logical test before I decide what of two possible values I'm putting there. It's so common in tax tables and budgeting that they made an if formula for that very purpose. That sometimes, like a bonus is a great example. You don't get the bonus unless your sales have exceeded something.
Mr. Man,
Yeah.
show the numbers really fast.
Okay? So now I just do control tilde again, and now for January, this should be the numbers you get. And if you have those numbers, then you can just grab and fill handle over. And the formatting, if you've done the formatting already, the formatting will also stay the same.
Right.
And I'll open this so you see the final total number. If you have that final total number the same, then you ought to be good, because if this number comes out the same, then all these other numbers should be right, because this is totaling up all those other numbers. That's a very common thing to do in computers, is to know whether you've got something right in a huge pile of data. You just add everything together. It's called a checksum. If you get that same number, then I know that when I send it to someone, they get the same number.
Can you go back to the formula now?
Okay, back to the formula. Here we go. Back to the formula for January. And the whole point here is the absolute referencing. Anytime I'm referring to something down there past row 20, we want the stickies on the B to not. So the absolute referencing to the values in the assumptions table do not move when I copy my formula. I don't need to worry about absolute referencing unless I'm planning to make a copy of my formula, copy it over or down. If I'm only doing a one-time formula, we don't need to worry about absolute referencing. It's when we're moving it, some numbers move relative without the stickies. References to cell B4 will change to C4 when I move over. Anything with the stickies does not change as I copy it over. All right, you ready for what if analysis? Okay, let me know. What we're going to do with what if analysis is we're going to change something in our assumptions table, and we'll see what effect it has in my final total operating income. So you'll have these numbers up. The boss says, what would happen if we didn't give those engineers so much of a salary? Could we increase our operating income? And they can go down, tweak the assumptions table, and find out how much more operating income they have if they paid their people less. But then someone comes up and says, you know, they're all going to quit. So then we won't have any operating income. So you got to be careful. Don't just go by the formulas to increase your operating income. You have to think, what other effect may there be that Excel isn't calculating? So you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody not ready?
You're good.
Okay, so I go Control tilde back. Now, how do we want to do this? I could come and change these numbers, and I could watch my operating income change. But I need to know, if I'm doing a what-if analysis, is what got changed and what the results were. So the important thing about what-if analysis is, if I make a change here, I want to know, I want to be able to come back and say, well, what did I change to get the new result? So what we want to do then is make a copy of this worksheet and then change the copy so that I can compare before and after my changes. So I'm looking for the change we're going to make, and then we're going to see the effect on our operating income here. So here we go. What if analysis? We are going to change a few numbers. But we're not going to change it on our original. We're going to make a copy of this and then make the changes. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you see our worksheet here. What if analysis, the best thing to do is you can right-click on your worksheet and do a move or copy. We're going to copy, click the create a copy, and we're going to move to the end and click OK. Make sure you have create a copy, otherwise you're just moving the worksheet. We want to make a copy of our worksheet after all these other worksheets. So I click OK. And now it has financial projection table with parenthesis 2. That means version 2. I guess I'll leave that there. That makes it clear that that's a copy of the first one. Now I can make some changes in my assumptions and see what happens. So we're going to change the bonus from 5,000 to, let's see, I'll zoom in so you can see the results. I'm going to change the bonus from 5,000 to 7,500. So I just come here, enter 7,500. Now, if I'm giving more of a bonus, that means I'm spending more on bonuses, so I should see operating income go down. So let's see, do I see the change? Let's see, enter. It went down a little bit, right? How do I know? Well, I can go back to the original, and originally was 33230485. 33. Oh yeah, it just went down a tiny bit. 20,000, maybe about 80,000. That was pretty good. What other change we can make? We can change 25%. Bump up our salary to 25%. Going to have happier people, but that's going to reduce our operating income. And again, I can compare it to the previous first version. Oh yeah, it went from 3323 down to 2925. We're starting. That was about $1 million. They're dropping. Oh, well, but we're going to have happier people. Let's see, site rental. Let's see, we're going to change that. In B25, we're going to reduce our miscellaneous spending from 5% to 3.5. That should increase our resulting operating income. I'm just going to highlight that in yellow just to see that that's the number I'm paying attention to. That's our final at the end of the year, or at the end of 6 months, operating income. Uh-oh, did I change the one run? Marketing, was marketing still 3.5?
Yep.
Okay, so marketing 3.5, we changed miscellaneous also to 3.5. And we see, as we made all those changes, our final operating income. So the what if analysis, the key thing here to what if analysis is what changed. What if analysis. Changes. what did we change? Well, we changed bonus from what to what? Well, it was 5,000. I can click that and click Control-C, copy. Bonus, we changed from 5,000 to 7,500. So I'll do a before and after column. Before and after. We changed salary from 20% to 25%. We changed rental. No, did we change rental? No, then we only changed 3 things. Then we changed miscellaneous from 5% to 3.5%. And what was the result? Our operating income, I'll call it op income total, changed from, well, let's copy that first one. That was 3323, copy. And now we're going to do a special paste. Let's see if I paste. I'm going to get some strange thing if I just do a normal paste. I need to right-click, paste special. Where's my paste special? And I need to paste just the value, not the formula. Where's my just the value? Paste the values. There, I just want to paste the values and keep the formatting of the number. And I want it to be after. I'm going to copy that, Control-C, copy, and come over here, right-click, paste special, paste values with the formatting. Here is a complete what-if analysis. And we've made it easy by having a copy of my original one, making the changes, and then, that got hidden because I copied the formatting. And then making a list of what we changed and what was the final result. I'm going to shade all of that just to make it clear what my what-if analysis is. And I'll make it a slightly different color. There's my what-if analysis. What we changed, what the before and after values were, and the changes, and what result we got. Operating income changed, and it got too big to view, from 3323 to 3042. There is a clear what-if analysis. Anyone that came to see what I did, it's very, very clear to them what changes I made and what the results were. That is a valid what-if analysis. And all I did was, after having all these formulas, all I did was make changes to some assumptions after I made a copy of my original. So I can always go back to the original, see what I started with, and then make the changes in the copy. That's the best way to do what-if analysis. In the book, they make a bunch of changes to here, and if you forgot what you started with, you messed up because you don't know what was the before. So making a copy of your table, then tweaking the assumptions, you can always swap back and forth between the start and the after, the before and after. Okay, now we're going to make another copy of our starting table because we're going to let Excel do the work this time. So come back to Financial, and let's do another. Right-click, Move or Copy. Click Make a Copy, and click Move to the End. And then click OK. Now here, we're going to let Excel do the work. We have the original numbers, but what we want to do now, we want to see what is it going to take to reach a operating income of $3,500,000. We have a specific goal we want to reach. I'm going to highlight that just to make it clear. That is the thing that we want to reach the goal to. We want this to have a better value, or a specific value, $3,500,000. Now I know that I could start tweaking things over here till this gets closer and closer to $3,500,000. But they say we want to modify our site rental percentage that we're spending. And I can guess that I need to reduce site rentals a little bit so I can have more left at the end. But rather than me tweaking this up and down until I get closer and closer to $3,500,000, here's how we can let Excel do the work. I can click on the operating income at the end of the year, click on, where is my data, what if analysis, goal seek, data, tab, what if analysis, goal seek. This is where we let Excel do the work of finding out what it's going to take to get an operating income of $3,500,000. So data, goal seek, after selecting that, and now I can, in my little goal seek dialog, say I want to reach an operating income of $3,500,000. Type that in the goal I'm seeking. Make sure you get the right number of zeros. There should be 5 zeros in there. And I only have a simple goal seek. I can only change one cell. And I'm going to choose cell site rental, which was over there in B23. I can click on B23. It puts the stickies in there. It doesn't matter. I'm not copying this goal seek. This is Excel doing the work for me. Rather than me trying to guess and get closer and closer, Excel is going to modify site rental percentage and see if there's a value of site rental percentage that will get me a final income of $3,500,000. I click OK, and let's see if Excel can do the work for me. I click OK, and look at that. It found a site rental of 7.73%. And it determined that I can reach exactly an operating income of $3,500,000. Another thing, remember, we did this on the copy, and I can click OK, and I can always go back to the original and see what did we change. It wouldn't hurt to highlight the thing that I changed. I'm going to make that bold. That's the thing that I modified using goal seek. Let's do that again, because that was a little bit funny. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to Control Z all the way and do the goal seek again. Click on the thing I want to goal seek on. Click data, what if analysis, goal seek. The goal I'm seeking is $3,500,000. And the cell that's going to be changed, I'm just going to type in B23. B23. It seeks a goal. It finds value of B23 that will fit that. I'll click OK. Or if I canceled it, it would put all the numbers back. But I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to highlight B23. Because it doesn't, the goal seek doesn't keep track of what it did. It just does its work for you. It's up to you to take notes or something to see that's the thing that I changed that got me that amount of final income. Yes?
Can you just go up so I can see the totals for the fast?
These guys right here?
Like all of them. I just wanted to make sure mine was right.
So that goal seek is a very powerful tool in Excel. You simply choose what you want to try to reach and let Excel, or tell Excel which thing over here to change that might affect that. Now, any of these other numbers I could have changed. I ask it to say what revenue in March would have caused me to reach a goal of $3,500,000, because that would affect my final result, because it's in these totals, which then affects this. So you can tell it any number that might actually have an effect on your final income and say, okay, Excel, what amount of money would be required in January's income? And it would find a value for January's income to get that. So the key is what you think you can realistically make some changes in, like how much bonus you're going to give, how much you're planning to spend on site rental, all those things. Excel can let you make business decisions by saying, okay, what would it take to reach our goal of $5 million of income? Let's just do that for fun here. Could we reach $5 million of income if we reduced salary? Because we want to just, we're really penny pinching management. let's see.
I'm sorry, I haven't looked.
Okay, still need some numbers up there.
No, why did I keep trying to change my percentages, and it keeps like rounding it up to the nearest number. And like you have like 7.7 or something, and it rounds it up to 8.
This right here?
Yeah.
Just increase the number of decimals you're viewing. Right here, you can increase your decimals on that. See, yeah, there's a lot of decimals. If I reduced it to 1 decimal, I'd see 8. But,
Like I'm clicking. Oh, there. Okay.
so let's just for fun do this one more time, just to see. Could we possibly pay our workers less than 20% of our revenue? Let's do a goal seek on that again. And this time I'm going to do a cancel because I'm not going to keep it because this is only just for fictitious. Otherwise, I'd be making a copy and all that. So I'm going to do one more goal seek under data, what if analysis, goal seek. Let's see if we can get $500,000, $500,000 in operating income by changing cell B22. Is it possible? B22. You think it's possible? Let's see. Oh yeah, if I hardly give them any salary, then we'll finally reach that. But I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to try again. I'm going to show you something else. What if I wanted to reach 600,000? So let's see what does Excel do if it can't find an answer. Let's see if we can get 600,000 or no, 5,500,000. Changing cell again, the salary B22, and well, it gives a salary of negative 5.61%. So it gives a mathematical possibility, but we can't have our workers pay us to work here so we can reach that. So I was expecting to say, sorry, I can't find the solution, but he's willing to go to a negative salary percent because all Excel thinks about is math. But we know we can't reach 0, so that's not the possible solution. But Excel finds mathematically what number there would be needed to make this number here to be 5,500,000. But I'm going to cancel that because that negative number doesn't make sense. Now there may be a way in a more fancy goal seek to not allow salary ever to go below, a salary percent ever to go negative, because that doesn't make sense. But that's the power of goal seek. Let it figure out what it takes to reach a certain goal. And that, I think, is the end of Excel Project 3. That whole goal seek at the end. In the book, they do a little different. In the book, they have you make changes and then go back. I think it's just better to learn. You can make a copy of your completed table, then and then in the copy, mess with the values. And you can always get back to, well, what was the original, so I can find out before and after, and then before and after results. Yes?
How do we do the charts?
Oh, do the charts. Let's go. Yeah, let's go do that chart real quick. So those of you that have the charts and have this done, you can go and upload that. I'm going to help these guys catch up with the charts. Okay, so let's see. We did a cluster chart, and it was a fancy chart. We want to have the names of the months and all the expenses and these expenses for each of those months. We're gonna make a pretty fancy chart, so we've got to do this carefully. First of all, we select through from the column A, even though there's nothing there, we do need that selected, column A all the way out to column G. Do not select total, because that would mess up our charts. So select through that. That's going to become a label in my cluster chart. And then Control select A9 all the way down to G13, not the totals in our charts. So I'll zoom out a little bit. So I have months selected, the same number of columns as bonus to miscellaneous, and then down all the way to column G. Once those are selected, I am ready to do Insert, Recommended Chart, and it recommends a clustered column chart among others, crazy looking charts. We're going to choose the clustered column, And of course, I click OK then. And I don't want it tromping right on top of my financial table, so I'm going to right click. There we go. Wait a minute. Right, let's try again. Right click. There we go. I'm not sure why it doesn't give me the move chart. I had clicked there. Move chart to a new worksheet. I'm going to call it financial projection chart. New sheet is the key, and then I click OK, and then I can come mess with its title. It's going to be 6-month financial projection. And choosing a style that lets me see the data labels. Right now, I don't have data, but if I choose the wrong one, the data labels will be looking really crazy. Oh, I guess I have to tell it to show data labels before that'll show me. Oh, there it does. I was hoping the hovering would show me. So this one is decent at actually seeing the numbers and not having them ugly looking. I kind of like that. There was another one here that did a decent job of displaying the data. That's not too bad. That gets pretty noisy. That one's hardly readable. Some of these are decent, but not nearly as readable, and they're not showing as I hover over them, which is a little irritating. That one there is not too bad, but I think this is the best one. Style 2, I think it works out the best. You see the comparison. The key, I guess you have a decent looking color key, and then you have the months. And remember, as I'm on this chart, I can always add or remove elements over here and modify. And I think they wanted to have a vertical axis title over here. We put a $sign there. Triple click. They made that a $sign. And then for the text to be rotated to the right, I had to format axis title, come over here to the size and properties, change the text direction to horizontal. All to get a horizontal $sign to show up. Not terribly useful axis title. But that gave me a little practice at a little extra formatting dialogue. So this is on the recordings. So this would be XL3, I guess, part 4.
Mr. Mann.
Yeah.
I was talking about column
I.
I think they're not terribly worthwhile, but we want you to know how to do that too. The little eye candy charts at the end of the row. Let me go back to that. These little charts right here, these little Sparkline charts, I'll close this. These little guys, these are really easy. I'm going to erase these and I'll redo them just so you can see how they're done. Come on, delete. Why don't they delete? Let's see, delete. There we go. Delete. Can I just erase the charts? Clear Sparklines. There we go. Okay, suppose I want those cute little Sparkline charts. Watch how easy they are to do. I select the cells where I want these Sparkline charts to show up. Then I go to Insert. And there's this little section here called Sparklines. And I just choose Column. And, oh, I thought it would remember the data range. I think, oh yeah, the data range. Let's see. Oh yeah, maybe I have to do one at a time because the data range part I have to name it. I'll start with 1 and then I'll copy it down. We'll do 1, column Sparkline, and the data range I have to tell it, get the numbers from January out to June, and then I hit OK. Don't worry about this being blank because it knows to put it where I had selected. Then I get a column chart. Let me do it again for this one, and then you can always, once you get 1, you can fill handle it down. I'll do it again just to show you how to, if you're starting from scratch. Select where I want to put it. Select Insert. Select column sparkline. In the book, we actually had done a line first. We came back and changed it to a column. But for a shortcut, since I know I want a column, just choose column. Data range is the numbers in this row from June to January, or January to June. Those are the ones that are going to go into my sparkline. And then I click OK. And I get a sparkline. And once I've done one, I don't have to keep redoing it. I can just click one and copy her down. Oops. Click one and fill handle down. And there I get my cute little sparklines. They give you an idea of what the data over here looks like graphically, but I find it's not terribly useful. I think the chart gives you more detail, similar in shape to the sparklines, but just one extra little feature there. In the advanced books on Excel, they'll go into all these other things you can do, various charts. They're giving you just a little taste of what's available here on the insert. And with that, you are done with Excel 3. You can save that, upload it, and we'll be doing, before we get into databases, which is the hardest part of this course, we're going to be playing with a few other data display things. We're going to learn Google Sheets. We're going to be pulling data in from the internet and graphing that, just to give you some really good comfort with what the power that you have in Excel or other spreadsheets. All right, have a great day. Upload this. You have Excel 3. If you need more help with Excel 3, those videos are available.